people who propelled him to power are now demanding his resignation. It sounds like political fiction, but it has become Nepal's reality. Less than a year after Gen Z voters and young activists rallied behind rapper-turned-politician Balan Shah, helping him become Nepal's prime minister, many of those same supporters are now calling for his exit. Just 100 days into his government, the promise of a new political era is already facing its toughest test. In politics, every new government enjoys a brief honeymoon period. For Prime Minister Balan Shah, that honeymoon appears to have ended with remarkable speed. After earning widespread popularity as mayor of Kathmandu, Shah entered national politics as the face of change. Young Nepalis placed enormous hope in his promise to challenge the country's traditional political establishment and build a more transparent, accountable government. But within just 100 days, that optimism has given way to growing frustration. Public anger reached a boiling point after a tragic incident outside Kathmandu's passport office. A 25-year-old ride-sharing driver, Ganesh Nepali, set himself on fire after municipal authorities impounded his motorcycle and fined him 1,000 Nepali rupees for illegal parking. Although the fine itself was relatively small, the incident quickly became a symbol of deeper public resentment toward the government's treatment of ordinary citizens and its handling of public grievances. The backlash intensified following an eviction campaign along Kathmandu's riverbanks where nearly 2,600 families were displaced without adequate rehabilitation or resettlement. Tensions escalated further when police baton-charged Gen Z activists who visited a temporary shelter in Kirtipur to express solidarity with the displaced families, arresting several protesters. Reports that 3 major media offices were also blocked only deepened concerns over press freedom and the shrinking space for democratic dissent. For many young Nepalis, an uncomfortable question has emerged. Has the leader they embraced as an alternative to the old political order begun to adopt the very methods he once condemned? Nepal's political turmoil did not begin with Shah's government. It is the product of years of instability. Since the monarchy was abolished in 2008, the country has had 13 governments in just 16 years. Political uncertainty, weak institutions, and persistent corruption have weighed heavily on economic growth, while youth unemployment has remained above 20%, leaving many young people increasingly disillusioned with the political system. The developments in Nepal also offer an important lesson for South Asia, particularly Bangladesh. Political change cannot be sustained through promises, charisma, or progressive rhetoric alone. Without transparency, accountability, and responsive governance, even leaders swept into office by a wave of youthful optimism can lose public confidence within months. Nepal's political experiment is now entering its most decisive phase. Rebuilding public trust, addressing the fallout from the eviction campaign, and protecting democratic institutions and press freedom will be among the government's greatest challenges. Whether Prime Minister Balan Shah can respond to mounting public anger before it develops into a broader political crisis may determine not only the future of his government but also the future of Nepal's Gen Z political movement. What do you think? Can Prime Minister Balan Shah regain the trust of the young people who brought him to power? Share your views in the comments. Niharika, Voice of Bengal.